Welcome, welcome. I think we're live. I'm pretty sure we're live. Well, it says we're live on the screen. Welcome. Happy Sunday. It's not lunchtime. It's not a lunchtime video. Actually, two reasons for me doing this video. Firstly, because it's just been the sheer number of comments on all the other videos that I wanted to give you lot a chance to have your say and just to interact. I've not really done any interactive videos on this channel. It's just me gobbing off every lunchtime. So that was half the reason. The other half of the reason is that I'm not going to be doing lunchtime upload, certainly Monday, possibly Tuesday as well. Unfortunately, I've got to go to a friend's, very sadly, go to a friend's funeral down in Dorset. So, apologies for that, but I won't be uploading on those 2 days either. So anyway, so here we are. Welcome. I also wanted to do this video as early as possible, because I believe England are playing today, right? I think England are playing tonight about 5 o'clock. So I want to get it wrapped up. Plus, you'll want to have your dinner, don't you? Your Sunday roast, your Yorkshire puddings, your roast beef, something like that. I'm always talking about food, aren't I? Sorry, I do love my food. So I've just seen in the chat, it's Tom's birthday today. He's had pie and liquor. He's the epitome of a cockney. Well, we've got a happy birthday, Tom. So, hello there, mate. Just on the, I've got a sort of list of things I might talk about, but I might just go from the chat and we'll just make it your show, really, to be honest with you. That might be easy. But just on the England game, had Joe Gomez and Raheem Sterling thing. So for those of you that have not particularly followed it as such, Liverpool played Manchester City. Clearly, they are the two main protagonists fighting out for the title. Liverpool won, give themselves a bit of breathing space at the top, and there was a little bit of a set two. Sorry, let me just pause this chat. You can keep talking, I'll just pause it so I can scroll down it and not miss anyone's comments out. There was a bit of a set two between Joe Gomez and Raheem Sterling. It seemed to me it was a bit of football argy-bargy, and then Raheem Sterling took it a little bit further. This is in the game itself. Not only that, Gabriel Jesus, however you want to pronounce it, came up and he sort of chest barged into Gomez as well. And if you watch the video, if you watch it back, Gomez sort of has his head bowed down and he turns his back and he walks off. And then Sterling very much pursues him and puts his hands on him again. So in that, Sterling is absolutely the aggressor. And Gomez walks away. And then we find out that when England meet up for training, allegedly, Raheem Sterling goes into the canteen and, as I understand it, he pretty much attacks Joe Gomez, gets him in a headlock. Joe Gomez ends up with a scratch or something like that. But anyway, again, Sterling is the aggressor. Gareth Southgate then bans Sterling from, I think it was the Montenegro game. England won 7-0. I'm sure many of you watched it. And Joe Gomez, anyway, so that's that. Now, then what happens is Joe Gomez comes on to the pitch as a substitute in that England game and is booed. And this is, it baffles me. It baffles me. People's mentality, that mob mentality baffles me. Basically, Joe Gomez is getting booed because the England fans feel responsible, that Joe Gomez is responsible for Raheem Sterling not being on the pitch. Like it matters when they're thrashing a team anyway. But it's this whole thing of, surely in any dispute, you should be taking the side of the victim rather than the perpetrator. But it's amazing. It's amazing what football team loyalties will do to you. How your moral sense of right and wrong will go completely out the window. I just thought, you absolute moronic idiots booing Joe Gomez. He was the victim. What exactly are you booing? What should he have done differently? You think he shouldn't have got attacked in the canteen? How was he meant to avoid getting attacked in the canteen? He already walked away. He's walked away once in the game. He was clearly just having a spot of lunch. What are you booing? The concept of him having lunch? I just think absolutely crazy. Absolute bunch of nutters. I hate it. It winds me. It's not just the England fans. I've seen it so often. I don't want to get into the... can't remember the geezer's name now. What was the geezer's name? Sheffield United, and he got banged up. It turned out he was innocent, but it's amazing. It's amazing. I remember when Mike Tyson got done as well. Mike Tyson got convicted for rape, and people were so... his fans were so partisan and so much on his side, they were having a go at the victim. Does my nutting? I don't know what it is about sporting allegiance that makes people, just because they support someone, just because they're a fan, they're a supporter, they're quite happy to side on the side of wrong rather than right if it suits the team they support, suits the sportsman they support. Anyway, that's it. Didn't even intend to talk about that, but there we go. That is it. So anyway, welcome to everybody to the chat, to Gary, to Metal, to Tom, whose birthday it is, to Sofian, and to Ray. Ray is Ray Boreham. I know he's in Merseyside. He possibly had a late night last night. He runs a nightclub, does Ray. Bad Wolf Archives. Ryan's in the chat. Max, Tim, my mate Tim. What's he saying? What's Tim saying? Tim's a sarcastic one, I tell you. Stop waffling and get on with it. It's just me, mate. This one. And actually, you're all allowed to say that. I've got to say, because I'm going to waffle, Tim. This show is about waffling. All right. I've got to say, I'm really, so many of you really, really nice, and in the comments and everything. There was a comment or two this week, and I think the phrase is what the youngsters might say is, "You got me back." You know. You had my back. You were. I thought you were really. Everyone was very, very nice. I wasn't offended at all, by the way. I thought the comment was quite mild, but I did like the way that people sprung to me defence, and it didn't go unnoticed. It was very much appreciated. I do think you're a lovely bunch. I really do. Right, let's go to the first question, and this is from Sofian, who says, "Hey Gonzo, do you think that the board want Pele to resign instead of sacking him due to the money it costs?" Well, Sofian, this is something that Gio has alluded to on many occasions. He certainly considers it to be true. And I've got this feeds into something, and obviously I didn't know you were going to post that. It feeds into something that's up on my up on me. You probably can't see it. It's too bright, isn't it? You can't see that. Sorry, it's up on my screen, up on my phone. And it's from an article. Let me see if I can show you a little bit closer. Maybe you can just see that. Maybe if sorry, I know it's a bit bright, but you see that. It's Jack Wilshere. Hopefully you can see that a bit. It says, West Ham United manager Manuel Pellegrini's decision to sign midfielder Jack Wilshere was against the board's wishes. And they're saying it's backfired. That's from Football London. That's from Sam Ingersoll, who's a good guy, Sam. He is a good guy. And he's clearly been fed this information. But it ties in to what Sofian is asking, which is, do the board want Pellegrini to resign? That's not an old story. We knew when they signed Wilshere that the information was leaked, that the board only wanted him to sign for a year and Pellegrini wanted it to be 3 years. So this is older news, which has resurfaced now. Why has it resurfaced now? Well, it's resurfaced now because it's all part of the narrative to undermine Manuel Pellegrini. The same as the Husilov stuff. The same as where it's being trotted out that Diop was a Sullivan signing. That Fornals, of course, is a Pellegrini or Husilov signing. The keeper, there's been a massive propaganda of the keeper. The keeper is terrible, by the way. Okay, let's not pretend the keeper's good and all the articles are pretending that he's bad. The keeper's a bad keeper. It was a bad signing, but it's the narrative that's being pushed, which is this guy is a bad keeper. He's not the board's choice. He's the I fucking did that. Excuse me, I did that again. Anyway, he's not the board's choice. He's Pellegrini's choice. He's Husilos's choice, and this is all part of it. It's all part of sowing the seed to try and undermine the manager. They don't need to sow a seed to undermine a manager. The manager's doing quite poorly, actually. But I do think that they should. It's a sneaky way of doing it. And they should just sack him. Just sack him. Get rid of him. If he's not your man, get rid of him. If you don't think he's going to win the next few games, get rid of him. You know this. You watch my videos at lunchtime. If you're tuning in now, you probably watched me 5 times last week. But thank you very much. But you know, I don't think he'll turn it round. I don't think he will. I don't think he's got it within him. But that's not about whether I think it is, whether the board think it is or not. And if the board don't think he's going to turn it around, just sack him. Don't undermine him. So this Wilshere story is just more of the same, Sophie, and it is him. It's just leaked to say, there you go. Pellegrini got it wrong on Wilshere. Got it wrong on Roberto. And it treats... I don't think it's a nice thing to do to anybody, as it's just not nice sacking people. It's no look, if you've got to sack someone, they probably need to be sacked in any line of work. But it's not nice to drag it out. Just sack him. But it's the case, I think it undermines him, but it also treats us for fools. It's like they're trying to drip feed us propaganda. Oh, naughty Manuel Pellegrini. We'll feed that out. We'll give something. We'll feed into the fans' discontent. That's what it's doing. Just say it. Just be honest. So anyway, there we go. That's my thoughts on that. What else have we got in the live chat here? Oh, crikey. I'm sorry. Anybody who watches these videos, you know I'm terrible with this thing. It just scrolls down so quickly. Who's sending me kisses? Anyway, greetings from Frankfurt. Greetings. Oh, greetings from England. We're not in Frankfurt over here. Should we recall Trott to help him with the keeper situation? No. It actually, this goes into, if I may, a comment from Christopher Perry. Christopher Perry says, my only concern about playing Nathan Holland, putting him into a dysfunctional team right now, is it'd be too easy for him to fail. I get that, but I think they're almost two different things. So going back onto the Nathan Trott one, which is from Mark Ring, I think Trott and Holland are two different things. I think you make a mistake as an outfield player, and unless you're a central defender, maybe, it's easy to rectify that mistake at some point during the game. So let's say that Nathan Holland is playing on left wing. He's got to beat the right back. So he might try 2 or 3, might knock it past him, run past him, might dribble past him, might pass it. If he gets the dribble or the pass wrong, he has a chance to rectify that straight away. And he's a confident lad, and he's skillful, and he probably will. With the goalkeeper, it's more embedded, the mistake. You know, you make a mistake, it leads to a goal. It's almost impossible to rectify that. Even if you pull off 3 good saves afterwards, you've still let in a goal. So Roberto's a case in point. Roberto made a few saves in the last game, but it didn't. It went nowhere, no way to making up for the way through the ball out or the way he chucked the ball in his own net. It doesn't matter. He could have made 20 saves. It wouldn't matter. The die is cast. So no Trott for me at the moment, because I do think we're just conceding far too many shots on goal at the moment. Have I seen that we're linked with Vidra? Says Terry. I haven't, mate. I hadn't seen that at all. Thoughts, don't really have any at the moment on that, to be honest with you. I'd have to look a little bit more into it. Didn't Vidra used to play for Watford? Have I got that right? I'm sure someone will tell me in a little bit, but I'm way back in the chat, as you'll see now. But we've got to work our way through it. This is the Sunday beef. I said beef. Oh, Max Woolman's having beef. Good for him. I'm having chicken. I'm having Yorkshire puddings with the chicken, though. I know that. Yeah, you probably shouldn't, but who's going to stop me? Nobody. Right. Anyway, that's what we're doing. What else have we got? Isaac Hunt says, talk about West Ham, please. Well, I've started, Isaac, but I tell you what, you've tuned into the wrong show, mate. You've tuned into the wrong show if you don't want a bit of waffle. You should. I'd strongly advise you click off now, my friend, because I do tend to go on a bit, digress. I might even talk about roast dinners again. But I tell you what, Isaac, there are a ton of brilliant West Ham YouTube channels out there. They've all done loads of content. Go and click and have a look at someone else, mate. I'm sure if I've annoyed you in the first minute, which I clearly have, I'm going to really irritate you in the next half an hour. So I would definitely click off, I would suggest, my friend. Growing perspective. Hold on. No, I'm not reading that out. Okay, let's just scroll down a little bit. Where are we? Yeah, Jazza sent me kisses, Jazza, you naughty man. Okay, let's go. Hammer123 says, hi, Gonzo. What do you think of the prices for the upcoming games, both on TV and against Spurs and Arsenal? The cheapest tickets, 55 quid, up in the gods. Should the club lower their prices next season? I think the club will argue that they do provide affordable football. It's just in the shape of season tickets. Maybe we'll get onto the Kieran Maguire stuff in a little while. We may well do, because we definitely will do, because I know there is stuff I want to deal with on an article, which is definitely to do with the financial stuff. But if you remember when Kieran Maguire came on a 24-hour stream, he said that the move to the Olympic Stadium was only worth 2 million extra a year. So I think with that in mind, the board are trying to extract every single penny that they can. So if they're charging 55 quid for a ticket up in the gods, as you say, then that's what they're going to continue to do. If they can, it's market forces. If they can sell it for that, then they will sell it for that. I would also suggest that game is going to be one of the last games that many people can attend before Christmas. Just the way the fixtures have come out, the Arsenal game being moved to a Monday night, it's a killer. I mean, unless I can get a lift there, and Jazz, I know you're watching this. I'm not hinting for a lift, by the way. I'm really not. Even then, I mean, I don't know if I can get back at 1, 2 in the morning, but I'm just saying, because it's on a school night anyway. But I'm just saying there'll be a lot of people in my position or worse who have to travel a lot further, and that Arsenal game's going to be ruled out. So they wouldn't be able to charge that for that. And if you look at them when they do cup games, we get drawn against a crap team. Obviously, we're a crap team, but another crap team. Then they sort of charge a tenner and stuff like that, don't they? They'll charge £55 while they can. And I'll tell you something now, they'd charge £110 if they could, if they thought they'd sell it. So there you go. That's what I think of that one. I'll get onto that, the financial stuff in a minute, actually, because it definitely it definitely is definitely stuff needs discussing. Francis King, that's my mate. He said, would I have felt the same if it was a Tottenham player? I don't know, possibly not. I don't really like Tottenham. I think I would. I think I would. Do you know what, mate? I think I can cut through right or wrong. Do you know what I mean? When Masuaku spat on the game, I mean, it took me a while. It took me a while to accept that he might play for West Ham again. I think it's the wrong. Yeah, I think I would. Even yeah, I don't like it. I just don't like. I don't like people. It's a sense of right and wrong. I just don't think it was nice. So Gary Page, what beer do I like? I love that Camden Hells, Gary. I love that Camden Hells. Is nice. It's nice. Who's messaging me? Sorry, I just had a It's all right. I knew that. It's someone sending me a link to the article which I asked for about this financial stuff. We're all organised here, as you can see. If I'm correct, Rice got stick because of Sterling's attitude in a game because Rice missed a pass. He did. Yeah, I don't blame Sterling for that. I think you should. In fact, I think there's too little of that, of calling out people on the pitch. I think Sterling's right to demand a pass. And I think he's right to tell someone when their pass hasn't been made correctly. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. I like Sterling. Sterling's a good player. It's nothing really to do with Sterling. I think Sterling, a bit of argy-bargy, and it's fine, and it's happened, and it's over in that respect. I think for him then to go into the canteen and continue it, he's naughty, but he was punished. It's not that. It's just it's the fans there. I just think they got it all wrong. They got it all wrong there. I don't know why you boo. I don't like booing your own player anyway, but booing your own player means done nothing wrong. Oh crikey, there's Isaac again. FFS Gonzo. West Ham. He's unhappy. I told you earlier. I told you I'd paid him off. I hope he's all right. You're right, Isaac. He's probably gone. He's gone. I told him to go, didn't I? That's all right. He's all right. Anyway, it was Ched Evans. Kent Hammers. It was Ched Evans. Jazz is glad my Mocktober is over. Do you want to know what it was? I'm glad Isaac's not in here anymore because this is driving mad. I'm about to talk about my moustache now. The hairs on the top curled up and were tickling me nose. Yesterday, it had to go. It had to go. I may grow another one at some point in the future, but it had to go. Fair enough, isn't it? I don't know how people with bushy beards keep up with it. Oh, it's itchy and everything. There we go. Gonzo, did you see West Ham have made a 60 million loss since the start of the Premier League? That's from Ray. Yes, I did. Let's do it. Let's do that one, Ray. Let's do it. You've brought it up. Isaac sent me a kiss now. He loves me. Where are we? Let's do the finances, Ray. Okay, I'm going to click on to who put it up. I think Sean put it up on Claret here. Okay, let's deal with this. There's a couple of articles here. It says Hammers 8th in net spend league. So this is net spend in the last 5 years. It's low. I mean, it's low. It's a shame I can't screenshot it for you. But if you're watching, you might bring it up on another screen. It's on their third story down on Claret and Hugh at the moment. I guess these will be official figures from the Premier League or the accountancy firm. Net spend. So over the last 5 years, Manchester City's net spend, for instance, is 101 million. Can that be right? That seems very low. No, it's not. It's not. Sorry, it's 500 million. They basically, okay, Man City spend 100 million a season. Their net spend is 500 million. But we're in 8th. Our net spend is 155 million over the last 5 years, which equates to 31 million a year. Do you know who spent more than us in net spend? Because some of those will surprise you, but people who spent less will surprise you as well. Everton won't surprise you. So above us, Manchester City, Man United, Everton, Arsenal, not surprising. Wolverhampton Wanderers have spent more than us, which is amazing, considering they've only been up in the Premier League 2 seasons. I'll give you someone else. Who else has a higher net spend than West Ham United? Is this right? Brighton Hove Albion spend on average 37 million a season. I mean, this is crazy. What? By the way, net spend is no reflection of success, as you're going to see in a minute. Aston Villa as well. Do you know who's quite near the bottom? Well, I say bottom. In 10th place is Chelsea. Their net spend is 133 million. They have sold 523 million and brought in 656. So their net spend is 133. What's really low is Liverpool. Liverpool's net spend over the last 5 years is 94 million. Yes, they sold Coutinho. We know this. They have purchased 322 million pounds worth of players and sold 227 million pounds worth of players. They basically, over the last 5 years, Liverpool have spent 18 million quid a season. That is good management. I don't want to slag them off for that. And Tottenham, the same. That's good management. Similar, very similar amount. 94 million over the last 5 years, their net spend. So just to reiterate, ours was 155 million. I would suggest maybe Liverpool and Tottenham don't have, and Chelsea possibly don't have much wastage in theirs. We do have a habit of wasting a bit of money, don't we, at West Ham? But Brighton Hove Albion, that is certainly not value for money. I think I'll be looking at that. I think it's comparative and relative. Do I think that we've spent as much as we should? Bear in mind, we've moved stadium and everything that was promised. No. I think Brighton Hove Albion, I think they really have, for the size of club they are, I think that is a pretty good spend. To spend 40 million every season, I think that's a pretty good spend for them. I think they possibly would argue they haven't had good value for money. There we go. But there was another one. There was another article. And this is what, was it Ray was referring to? Hammers lose 65 million in the Premier League. West Ham have lost 65 million since the Premier League was founded in 1992. Kieran Maguire, who we spoke about earlier, calculated the overall losses and profits of the Premier League between 1992 and 2018. Calculated the Hammers have lost 65.8 overall. What does that actually mean? Chelsea led the losses, wow, with pretty much 700 million. Manchester City, 650 million. Aston Villa have lost 300. Anyway, I'm just reading a list now, but Premier League losses. But we're quite high. We're quite high up there. It's no surprise. We can't have it both ways. We can't complain we're not spending any money and then complain we're not making a profit. So that's that. But I still think other stuff is still yet to come out in terms of the how much we got for Upton Park and things like that. I don't think that's quite as clear as we might all think, and we might all like it to be. But Ray thinks we should get Kieran on again on our channel. I'm sure he'd come on. That's Gio's contact. I'm sure Gio makes contact with him. He can entice him on. I'm sure Gio do a one-on-one interview with him or something like that. That'd be good. I think I mucked it up last time. Spoiled their nice interview. I'm sure Isaac would agree. Where are we? Tim says he thinks we'll have to stick with Pellegrini because he thinks we'll never get another manager as good as Pellegrini. Tim, controversial, mate. Controversial. Do you think he's still good? Tim, honestly, I think he might. Don't you think he's lost it? You think he's going to come good? I think he might have lost it, mate. Whatever magic he previously had, he might. It's not lost. He might have just put it away in his retirement and thought he was sticking his feet up and, you know, out in China earning a big money. I don't know if you know, but he left his wife never comes on jobs. His wife stays in Chile all throughout his career. So his wife's never come with him. But I just wonder if he was just making up the final retirement fund and just going back to pack up, give up work and spend life with his wife, basically, and move back to Chile. What, maybe didn't expect the West Ham thing to, you know. See what I mean? It's got that little feel about it. Sometimes you're going home from, well, for me, sometimes you're going home from work. It's 5:15. Like, yeah, I'm going home now. And you get a little phone call. So, excuse me, I've got a dripping tap. You know, can you come over and fix it? I think, oh, right. But you think, oh, actually, I need the money. I have to go shopping this weekend. I'm going to need the money. So you go and fix the dripping tap. You don't really want to do it. You go over and fix it. I just wonder if there was a touch of that about it. You know, he just, all right, let's stay. Oh, I was going to go to Chile. Oh, 9 million. Yeah, fine. Go and work at West Ham. Probably wrong, probably totally wrong, Tim, but there you go. Anyway, I want to see you soon. Again, probably not before Christmas for reasons stated earlier. But, you know, we want to see you, mate. We want to see you. What else have we got? Is the solution a sale of the club? Could that cause more problems than it solves? Okay. Let me deal with that in a week. All right, Callum, I hear what you're saying. That's a video in itself. We'll deal with that Wednesday or something like that, mate. We want Pellegrini out, so what's wrong with them putting the pressure on him? I don't think they are putting pressure on Pellegrini. This is not what I think's happening here. I don't think Pellegrini spends tons of time on social media. I don't think Pellegrini's reading, what was that, Sam Football London and Claret and Hugh and listening to the West Ham Way podcast and watching Hammer Chat. I don't think Pellegrini's doing that. I think this is about manipulating us, and that's what I'm annoyed about. I think they should just sack him. That's what I'm saying. Don't play the game. This ridiculous game. This is Sofian at the start. I think Sofian suggested that he would that they were trying to force him out so they don't pay him off, which was aligned to what Gio believes. Pay him off. He's not on this 2-year contract. He's on a 12-month rolling contract. I went back and checked it out. So to pay him and his staff off would not cost 20 million. It costs about 10. Easy for me to say. I ain't even got a tenner in my wallet. But 10 million in football terms is not an awful lot to pay. You know, it's not. So, I mean, and it's cheap when you consider where we are. I also want to nail this league table thing. Excuse me, while I'm on my laptop, let me just bring this up. Premier League table, all right? I mean, look at this. This is the thing people say. I'm going to say it. So people say that in terms of points, we are closer to 5th, West Ham. We're closer to 5th than we are to the bottom. This annoys me. The very fact that you have to make up that stat, it tells that it's disingenuous. If there's anything to boast about, okay, so why haven't you said 4th? Why 5th? I'll tell you why. Because there is a massive gap. There is an 8-point gap between 4th and 5th. And even if you did get 5th, it'd only be the same amount of points as Sheffield United. What's that to boast about? Oh, it's all right. We're as close to Sheffield United as we are to relegation. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Just what we wanted. There's a really simple way. This is a little trick. It's being tricksy linguistically and mathematically more than anything by saying, oh, we're as close to 5th as we are. No. Okay. You don't have to be tricksy about it. There's a league table there. I'm not talking to any of you. You guys know. And girls, sorry, Barbara, you know, all right? Because you can see it yourself. It's almost a mathematical trick to make us think that we're higher up the table than we're not. Look at the table. Look at the table with your own eyes. Don't even read the numbers. We're down the bottom. You can see who's at the top. Liverpool, Leicester, Chelsea, Man City, Sheffield United. Excuse me. Look who's at the bottom. We're at the bottom with Aston Villa, Watford, Southampton and Norwich. It's playing tricks and to try and make us think we're high up in the table. To even put fifth into the equation is trying to trick us into making us think we're nearly fifth. We're not. We're down the bottom. It's a table. There's 20 teams. We're in the bottom quarter pretty much. Anyway, here we go. Sorry about that. Bit worked up. Vinnie Ryan. All managers live and die by their recruitment, and ultimately, that's what will happen with Pellegrini. We've had an issue over who is the manager. Okay. Basically, he's saying we've had an issue with who picks the players for years and who's buying these players. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I'm not saying the recruitment's good. I'm just saying it's undermining. It's undermining him. It's playing tricks on us. Ryan had reappoint David Moyes. I did read an article somewhere saying that ain't going to happen, by the way. Can't remember where. Definitely read it somewhere. Gonzo, would security kick me out if I tried to bring some apple juice onto the boats? I'm not sure of the rules, Jazza. Did you call me Gonzitus? I like that. Gonzosaurus. That's another one. I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to bring your own beverages onto the boat. I don't know. I don't do the licensing and serve the drinks. I drink the drinks. Eat the burgers. Talk a load of rubbish. I don't know. I don't think you're allowed. I'm sure if you had a drink for medical purposes, then you would bring your own drink. I'm sure that would be fine. But I think they'd probably ask you to buy an apple juice on the boat, probably. Which they certainly do have fruit juices on there. I'd be surprised there wasn't an apple on there. Oh, damn it! I've done that thing. I've done the thing. Sorry, I've scrolled all the way down. I'm so sorry. Where am I? Okay, I'll go. I've got this one here. My question is a basic one: is Pellegrini a dead man walking? If you were betting a month's money on him being manager come January, which way would you go? That's a good question. Okay, if I've got to bet a month's wages on Pellegrini being here, and you've got to bet. No, each way. I would bet. Okay, what is going to determine him being here is results. I've got a hunch we're going to lose our next 3 games. I think if that happens, he ain't here. I would bet my month's wages on him not being here. Good question. Frank Butcher says West Ham's away ticket policy is a farce. We're still waiting for change on that, aren't we? I've had meetings, OSB meetings. We've had a couple of people from the OSB watch these videos and comment in the videos. Very nice, very polite guy. Sorry, it's been polite. I can't remember his name, but he's in there. He'd probably be able to answer that stuff quite possibly for you. Louis says big changes for Spurs. Well, we need big changes. I'd like to think big changes. Not confident there'll be any changes. Won't be surprised to see the same team. Or can it be the same team? Well, whatever. But as close to it as he could possibly get. Oh, dear. Where he got? He read this morning Tony Pulis is watching the Southampton and West Ham situation before considering a return to football, says Flight Time. I'll tell you what, like he's got the choice. That's ridiculous. Oh, I might return to football. I might not return to football. I don't know. Ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. I can't. It's like me saying, I might choose between Naomi Campbell and Scarlett Johansson and Margaret Robbie before deciding which I've got the choice. It's ridiculous. No one's interested, Tony. Goodness sake. Nobody is interested. But I'll tell you what, if it is true, Tony is probably thinking that someone's getting sacked after that West Ham Southampton game. The loser is getting sacked. I don't think draw's good enough for people, if we lose our next. So what's next? Next is definitely Tottenham. What's after that? Maybe Arsenal after that, or is it whatever? But if we lose against Arsenal and Tottenham, think a draw against Southampton is going to be enough. But they are probably as bad as us. So anything could happen there. Not really works out for him, has it? Amazing what's happened to that club. But they've sold so many players over the last 10 years, Southampton. You can't continue to sell those players, change ownership, change managers, just do everything like they've done and expect for anything. It's too much upheaval at a club. Said it our first season. Changing the stadium and the training ground in the first season, it's not clever, really. Anyway, any news on the Liverpool game we rearranged? Don't know at all, I'm afraid, Ben. Everton fan, are you broken? What, me personally? Or the club? Both. Probably both. Oh, Isaac does love me. I knew he loved me. Thank you for coming back. I'm glad you didn't go to Arsenal Fan TV or anything. Gonzo, you need mods. Too many morons coming here to wind us up. Do you think there is? I don't think there are. Listen, raise a mod. I don't want to kick people out unnecessarily. No one's been rude, and it's fine. If I don't mind fans from other teams on it. Actually, I've got to say, I know he's not a fan from another team. Where's he gone? It was on the comments. This is from Del Bollocks, his name is. That's not his real name, obviously. Well, maybe his first name might be Dale. I'm not sure that is his surname. He says, I'm a season ticket holder at Doncaster Rovers. The new stadium killed the club. He said, we have 6,000 fans in a 15,000-seat stadium. And again, the noisemakers are split. Tying into what I'd said had happened to West Ham. And when we moved stadium, out of all the people traditionally sung were all sort of split up. Not purposely. They just weren't. They didn't split them up purposely. They just didn't purposely keep them together, which is what they should have done. Said you can't get a song going, and too often we're chanted out by the away end. Yeah, I mean, this is I've got to say it hurts as well in the, I think in the home games, I've got to say it does hurt when, like when the fans sing, you're not West Ham anymore. Yeah, I don't, it's not nice. It's not, well, obviously they sing, you're not singing it to be nice. No one sings football songs to the opposition to be nice, to cuddle them, to make them feel better. No. They want us to feel crap. They want us to tell us how stadium's rubbish, but it does hurt. I don't like it. Stephen and Elizabeth Broomfield, you got a joint account. Stephen and Elizabeth, it's Broomfield, isn't it? They said, I'd like to see us maybe look at a German manager like Adi Hutter. It's Haller's old manager at Eintracht Frankfurt. I thought that was a different name. German manager's done quite well lately. Yes, they have, but isn't David Hasselhoff at Southampton a German manager? I think he's not doing too well, is he? Gio wanted David Wagner. Oh, Werner's a striker, and Timo Werner. But I think it turns out, and he probably will be a good manager. Turns out he's at Schalke. Do you consider a hot dog a sandwich? No. And I'll tell you something, Jazza. I think there's something very wrong with Frankfurters. I don't mean where Sebastian Haller used to play, by the way. There's something not right. I don't know. It's not. I don't know. It's the smokiness or something. I don't like it. Number one, I don't know what's in it. Minced up everything. I don't like them. I don't like hot dogs. There you go. I put it out there. I do not like hot dogs. I'm a burger man. But it's definitely not a sandwich, is it? Oh, no. I've been done, haven't I? I've been done like in The Simpsons. Seaside Hammer has just said, best not to say Isaac's surname immediately after his first name. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. I've been saying that. Oh, I'll tell you what. And the trouble is, now I've done it, everyone's going to be sending them. I'm done. I cannot believe. I've done that. Isaac, it's not even your name. Not only do you not like me waffling, you're a naughty boy. A naughty boy. You might not even be a boy. You might be a naughty girl. Whatever you are. I can't believe that. I like it though. I do like I do like it. Anyway, where are we? Carlo Ancelotti to replace Pellegrini as the new manager. We wish. Come on. He might be past it as well. I don't know. What's he doing these days? Is he in China? Not sure. It's not a cup of tea, Edward. This is not a cup of tea. Still got a bit of a cup of tea. It's not sponsored by. In fact, this video is sponsored by nobody. What I would like to do though is I'm going to be doing a video next week about Canning Town Lens film. The film is about, in essence, it's bloody brilliant. It's about the 1980 Cup final, the run up to it. He's been up and down the country interviewing some West Ham legends. You might have seen snippets of it on this channel. It's brilliant. He's made it himself. It's taken thousands and thousands of hours. All right, costs £2 on Amazon Prime. Just search for West Ham, and it's called Everyone's Second Team. But just search West Ham on Amazon, and it's there. I'm telling you, it's been an absolute labour of love for him. He's worked on it for months and months. He's made it, and he's made it good, and he's made it affordable. And I'll be reviewing the whole thing, but it's really good. And particularly, I mean, I know the people that. I know that people remember Alan Devonshire and Brooklyn and players like that. But it really is, for anybody that doesn't know about that era, it's a very, very good, insightful piece to hear these people speak about it, to hear Phil Parks talk about that sort of thing. Excellent, top job, Len. That is it's not sponsoring this video. It's my mate, so I want people to go and watch his video. Basically, it's absolutely brilliant as an archived piece. The club should have taken this, by the way. This was my mate Alan Avitt, as you might know Avitt from the does the ladies blogs. He's done the music for it. Canning Town Lens done all the sketching and everything, the interviews, the videography. It's absolutely excellent. The club should have taken this on. It should have been selling on DVDs on the club shelves, quite frankly, for Christmas. Wonderful piece to archive a piece of our history, and not done with any agenda or in fact, maybe it's a good job the club didn't do it, because look, you've got a real honest piece here. Anyway, I'm going to review it another time. Jazza said, if you were transported 500 years into the past with no clothes, why have I got no clothes on? With no clothes on or anything else, how would you prove that you were from the future? Whew. Well, fortunately, I've had surgical. I've had another what's it grafted on, and they couldn't do that in the olden days. So they'd see me double what's it, and they would know one of them's an android thing. It's robotic. They'd know instantly. Jazza, what a strange question, Jazza. Under Pele, how many times have we come back from losing possession? Well, I don't know, but I bet somebody else does. No, what's we got here? Oh, Gio's currently getting angry on his gamblers chat. I wonder what he's lost. He does do well, though. He does do well for a tip. He knows he's gambling. He certainly does. I am terrible at gambling. Absolutely terrible. But I tell you what, I don't know. It's not for me to say. When I'm betting, that's just the wrong phrase. Wagering? No, wagering still betting. I suggest that Gio wins more than he loses. I think that anyway. Everton have spent a fortune. Yes, they have. That was going back to what I was saying earlier. No doubt we'll lose against Spurs. I'm going to put £100 on that, and we're guaranteed to lose. Sorry, they're talking about the betting there. Right, what else we got in here? Scroll down the chat. Would you, Jazza, you're full of questions. Would you rather inherit Charlie's hair, have Gio's tattoo, or have to eat a jar of Mike's fish paste? I'd take Charlie's hair because my hair's falling out. I'm going to tell you that maybe right now. I'd take anyone's hair. Anyone's hair. I've done all right. Though. I was told at the age of 20 I was going to go bald. So I've done all right. I got to 45 and there's still bits of it in there, but it's sort of falling out, isn't it? I don't know. Do we go graciously? I don't know. Probably not. You'll know soon enough. I'll start wearing a hat all the time. I don't mind. As I say, it could have happened 20 years ago. Whatever, it doesn't matter anyway. Anyone reckon the owners would be secretly happy if we are relegated? Not and the chance of 2 huge parachute bombers. No. Not a chance, Lewis. This is not part of the business plan. Getting relegated. They never imagined for a moment when they hired Pellegrini would be. They would never imagine for a moment when they had the past 2 transfer windows. Yes, look, we've recouped a lot on wages. Yes, we have also, let's be absolutely fair, we've had a net spend of 25 million in the last window, but they still have spent money. All right. And we still do we have players that shouldn't be our wage bill, regardless of whether we've trimmed a bit. We shouldn't be down where we are, down the bottom of the Premier League, which is where we are. They never planned for that. It's not part of the business plan. I'll tell you what, they are not secretly hoping we get relegated, as they are, and I'll be dealing with this in a week. Any hopes they have of selling the club will be severely damaged. Be a final nail in the coffin on that one, I can assure you. Can you be a plumber if you have a phobia of heights? Yeah, of course. No, of course you can. Of course you can. I don't do guttering and stuff like that, so that's a different type of company. But the most I've got to do is climb a ladder into a loft, and lofts are not very nice in this time. Yeah, mind you, lofts are not very nice in the summer either. They're too cold now and they're too hot in the summer. I'm scouring everyone's name after the Isaac incident. Of me reading out that and his second name. Scanning everyone's name. Cheeky. Very cheeky. Mike says, "Oh, Gonzo, at least we didn't lose this week. We didn't. We've had a very, very good week, mate. A very good week." Pellegrini's trying to get sacked to cash in, says naughty Isaac. No. Is he? I don't know. No. I think the man's got too much about him. I don't think he's a nasty guy. I don't think he's trying to relegate a club so he get a payoff. He probably doesn't need the money. He's been earning. The guy must have 50 million quid in the bank. Honestly, he doesn't need the money. He'd live out the rest of his days in absolute splendour. Edwards Webster. Something rude about that, is there? Says, I've heard a rumour Masuaku has had talks about his future with Pellegrini. Don't know. I don't know. I'm not in the know, mate. I wouldn't know. I don't know about these things. You're barking up the wrong tree there. But I think if he did, what's he going to say? Pellegrini don't even know about his future. But even if he did, what's Pellegrini going to say? Yeah, play well, play brilliantly, and don't get injured. Then you'll be in the team every week. It's the second one. Mal said, do you think Pellegrini is throwing the season to get sacked and retire early? Well, crikey. I always think if enough people are saying something, well, clearly people are already thinking, Southampton already sacked him. Is that Ben Davies? Did they sack David Hasselhoff, whatever his name is? I've not really been following the football this week. Click on the West Ham sites, have a little look. I'm not really on social media much. None of it. I'll tell you, it's been a busy week. It's been a very, very busy week. I don't have much time for it. So I wouldn't even, if Southampton had sacked their manager, I wouldn't have been turning on Sky Sports News, with the old yellow banner at the bottom. I've not seen, haven't even switched it on. Watched the film last night. That was it, really. What do you think of the bomb at the stadium? Maybe Arsenal called off, maybe Spurs. Don't know. I grew up in, as I've told you all before, I grew up in Ilford, went to a school called William Talbot School, and then went to Valentine School in Gants Hill. And I missed at least 3 days of school because of World War II bombs, unexploded bombs. It was, it was so heavily bombed. East London was so heavily bombed, East London, all of that area during the Blitz. It was pretty much commonplace. There's always unexploded bombs. So this was not a surprising story to me at all. Particularly when you think of that area before the Olympics came to town, 2012, before they started building, it was largely unchanged, a bit industrialized. It wasn't. Not a lot had changed there since the war. So yeah, but so not surprised. But then again, that was me. I remember growing up and a lot of people's sheds in their back garden were still Anderson shelters. Were basically bomb shelters. They made a good shed. It wasn't that long after the war that they'd been knocked down. People hadn't redone their It's a cat having a fight. Do you hear it? I think anyway. You get it all. You get it all on the live with Gonzo. But yeah. So I mean, it was war stuff. It was very, very realistic. Also, my generation was really the first generation when everyone started talking about the war. They didn't talk about it much. It was really when, so for instance, my parents' generation, when they were growing up, their parents didn't talk too much about the war. They really started talking about it in the 70s and 80s, and it was very, very much part of it. So I was not surprised. It's not surprised to see a bomb. Them dig up a bomb, if indeed it is a bomb. So here we go. That's that. We digress anyway. Are we going to be a Watford and change manager every time we go through a bad run? I don't think we will be a Watford, and I don't think that will happen. Because they have been doing it for a long, long time. And that's from Raymond Dixon. But I do think it will get to the. There's so much more invested here. Almost from our owners than almost anybody else. I understand the comparison with Watford and changing manager, but it's almost difficult to compare any other club with West Ham because you have to take into account the context of us being moved stadium, the promises that have been made, and our reasons for moving. And whilst Watford want to do well, Watford were a championship club and came up, and they've always traditionally yo-yoed. As have we. Nobody's come into Watford and said we're going to stop you from being a yo-yo club. We're going to make you into top four. We're going to take you away from our stadium. We're going to make you 60,000 seats. All of that sort of stuff has not happened over there. So I think that puts a different pressure on our situation, certainly. So I think I think if it looked like we were finishing mid-table, I don't think it'd be sacked at all because actually that's where we'll be, and that's another argument entirely whether we should be there. But I do think if we lose our next game and then, perhaps one after or whatever, then you're looking at that league thinking, hold on, we are bang in trouble. And what you want to see is a sparkle. You want to see a little glimmer of hope that we're getting out of it. So you might think, okay, we're down the bottom, but you know what? Haller's scoring goals and such is coming back from injury and so-and-so's playing well. If none of those things are happening, actually, the team have stopped scoring goals. We're conceding loads, and we've just lost, and we're at the bottom, and things don't look like they're getting better. I don't think it's just Watford that are changing their manager. I think almost everybody does, and I don't see why West Ham would be any different at all. Right, what else we got? David Shoesmith says, hi all, I think that West Ham will never be the club I want to see. This is all down to the club's owners. The players are not playing for the manager. I don't think. I think that is a better way of saying it than he's lost the dressing room. Lost the dressing room. For me, it implies that there's miscontent. It implies that nobody is happy. That it's a horrible place to be. I think what Daniel said there, the players are not playing for the manager, is more to do with the instruction that's coming over, that they've lost faith in his tactics or they've lost faith in they're not being able to be motivated by him. I think that's very different to not liking him and down in tools and all that stuff, which I don't think's happened. But I think that's why I did that video in the week saying, something's got to change. He's almost got to get ruthless. He's got to get nasty. Something's got to change in that training ground. So I think he needs to give the players a little bit of belief. I don't think the players want to hear from him saying we're going to continue to do things the same and things will come good. Because I think there's some of the players who are probably looking and thinking, actually, I don't want to do things the same because it's not working. We'll never know. We'll never know because obviously they keep their cards close to their chest and rightly so. The players shouldn't be speaking out about the manager. I'm glad they don't. Where are we? Right. Okay, what we got here? Rob J says we're poor. Too much side-to-side passing, not enough pace in attacks, and the defence is poor. Apart from that, we're really good. No, he's right. Rob is right. This is good, isn't it? Dom says, I've just looked at who we played and the results. Yeah, this is a video for the week as well, which I've had a couple of people send me the graphics, which I have to do it in an edited video because I've got to post the graphics up. Does not make for good reading. In fact, that's 2 videos. For, as I say, I've got a funeral to go to tomorrow. Very, very sad. So I won't be uploading a video tomorrow or Tuesday. I've got to travel to go there. So I'll upload videos Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Of course, we're playing Saturday. Yeah, well, that's 2 of them sorted anyway, certainly. Our squad depth is the problem as well, as our lack of quality in defensive third. Diop needs a centre-back partner. Fullbacks are not good enough. Our central midfield needs quality. Box-to-box holding midfield, I'd certainly... do you know what? I really agree with that post there. Oh, crikey, what have I done there? I've scrolled it all down. Oh, I'll tell you what, I can't stand this. This software is a bit funny. I've missed so many. It just goes straight down to the bottom. Oh, I'm glad someone's asked this. Sorry, I don't know how much I missed out. I'm sorry if I have. You can see I'm trying to involve everyone as much as I can, but it goes crazy. Krusty Carl said, would you consider Di Canio as a temporary manager until the end of the season? If we sack Pellegrini, he might not be the greatest, but he'd certainly have backbone to get the team up and a bit more passionate. No. No. Sorry, Carl. Carl, you know I like you, mate. I made a whole video around your post the other day, but there is no way I would have Di Canio. He's volatile. He's wrong. He's got... All right, I think he was good with Swindon, but then he managed someone else and was awful, wasn't he? I don't know. I don't like it. No, I don't like that at all. He has nothing in his repertoire to suggest that he would be any good. Honestly, I can't on many respects, I can't think of a worse reason. It's almost we're grabbing him because he used to be West Ham and he might, no. I think we need to go for somebody who has shown that they can manage and manage well and has been in management very recently, has a team that they can bring with them. I mean, I don't even mean to have to be managing the top level. I don't mind taking a punt. So we were talking about the Cowley brothers and things like that. I don't mind if they're not top of the tree, if they're not Ancelotti or anything like that. But I do think you've got to have been a manager up until very, very recently and have a team and have a working track record. I can't jettison Di Canio in just because he'll kiss the badge and he'll get a bit of passion. No. We need a bit more than that. Am I looking forward to the last Star Wars film? Actually, funny enough, Pocky Punk sent me the trailer for it. Yes, I a bit. I've been disappointed with the whole lot. I said this before. There was one. I can't remember. I do this every time. I can't forget. There was one film, but it wasn't in the latest trilogy. There was one of the Star Wars ones I liked. And by the time someone's typed it, all this flaming stuff disappears anyway. So, Rogue One. I liked Rogue One. What I am looking forward to is the new thing on Amazon, Picard. So it's basically Star Trek Next Generation, but modernized. And I am looking forward to that. That seems very good. I'm watching Killing Eve at the moment. In case you're interested, Gary, I'm watching that. That's my thing at the moment. And then there's something called Temple, which looks quite good. I've got that saved to watch. Might be quite good. Watched one the other day. Fractured. I think it was called Fractured. I watched something called Fractured the other day on Netflix. That was good. Good stuff, that, if you wanted a tip. Right, what else we got? Oh, Mike went to the same school as me, but then he went to Seven Kings. He thinks he's a few years older than me. Damn, well, that was Seven Kings was just around the corner. I used to live right next to Newbury Park Station, Mike. Right next to it, mate. Where are we? Gio, you might have done a cup of tea if you're free to talk about the financials. Well, he wouldn't do it in a cup of tea. I think he'd do one of his statistical videos with some graphics from Charlie. I like that. Charlie has all the graphics popping in from everyone. Not terrible, not crap like mine. But my software, I'll just do it on me. Well, I do. I've got software for the laptop. I've got software for the phone. Charlie's studious and he can spend time doing it. I'll try, not me, trying to rush mine out in a lunch break and whatnot. Where are we? Do you think we need more British players to lift the squad's effort levels? I do think we need more British players. I think we wouldn't be in a position that we're in. Jazzo, will you watch I'm a Celebrity? No, I won't, mate. Although I hear Ian Wright's going in, which is I went to a party once. I went to a party where Ian Wright was there, and it was Paul Merson's kids' christening, and it was in High Barnet or near there. We certainly got off at High Barnet station, and me and my mate Spencer went there because we had to do the juggling. We were doing some juggling there and some magic tricks and things like that there. And Ian Wright was there, and he was a very nice guy. And so was John Jensen. You remember John? In fact, there was loads of the Arsenal players were there. But I ended up having a pint with John Jensen, who was a very, very nice man. But Ian Wright was a really nice guy. By the way, that was years ago. That was a long, long time ago. Stefan Barnes. Well, what can I say to that comment? So D. Lee says, when I played footy, we get a slice of orange at half time. He's basically saying when he was young, they used to get a slice of orange at half time. Now it looks like they get Valium. Yeah, I know what you mean. They do come out half asleep, don't they? KPFWT was another regulated. Are Brits more energetic? Not sure. No, I don't think they're more energetic. I don't think they're more energetic at all. But I think you need in any league a certain home-based player, a group of home-based players to understand the culture, to understand the league, particularly. I'd say the same about a Spanish team or a German team. 100%. 100%. I think you're going to need that. Oh, Canning Town Len says, I need to talk to you about Sullivan. Major gossip. So, I like it. Did he type that after I promoted his video? I want Gonzo to go on I'm a Celebrity. I'll tell you what. Number one, I'm not a celebrity. But number two, I couldn't eat that crap. I would retch. Honestly, I don't know how they do it. Well, I guess £500,000 helps, doesn't it? But I still think I watched it last year because Len's in the chat. I watched it last year, all of it last year, because I was doing something with Len. We were doing an animated series, and so we had to watch it basically. And there was one, and they were eating a goat's penis. Wonder if this video will get banned. I wonder. Probably that is enough to categorise this video. For me saying those two words there, brains, and one of them was a camel hoof. Yeah, a camel hoof. Snake. I could take or leave snakes. My mate Spencer used to. We moved out of home. You know when you move out of home and you share houses and flats with your mates, and me, Spencer, a couple of others, we all shared a house, and Spencer had a snake. He had two snakes. He had an Indian python and a royal python. So whilst I'm not a lover of snakes. Snakes are all right. I can handle it. Spiders, again, I'd take or leave it. The whole lot of sticking your head in a bowl of ants, biting ants, and I think swimming with a crocodile is not the most wise thing to do. I think it's not particularly clever. Anyway. That's that. We digress. Do I think Arnie got more service than Haller? Probably. Anyone else just see a claw at the window? Okay, I think that's obviously when the cat fight was happening. Oh, it might be the wife telling me my Yorkshire puddings and chicken is ready. Actually, what is the time? It's not yet. In fact, I've got to do I've got some chores to do. What else have we got there? Spill the beans, then. People want to know what Len's saying. Len, people like Len's film. Len says, I won't say just yet, but I'll tell you all eventually. He said, I always tell Gonzo first. You've got to be in the know, haven't you? Got to be in the know. Hello, Gary, Dave. Gravy Dave, sorry. Gravy Dave. I'm worried now. Every name is dodgy, isn't it? Because of Isaac. It's all Isaac's fault. They found a bomb when they demolished Ilford's football ground. Oh, there were honestly so many around there, Isaac. So many. I'm going to say your surname. Naughty Isaac. Ah, where are we? Ooh, Loro 42. I think Arnie had a better work rate than Haller. KPFWT said send Roberto in to clear out the bomb. What can you say? What can you say? He'd probably miss. I don't know why I did Scooby. Scooby? I don't know, he's not Scooby-Doo, is he? Mind you, as a question, would you rather Roberto in goal or Scooby-Doo? It's not really a question. You don't feel that you need to answer that. Gonzo get the news from Len. I will see. Gonzo get Len on here. Super Sunday, the type of thing. Yeah. Well, Len is a secretive. You'll know what he looks like. You know, he's got the cap over his eyes and gruff voice. Iron Maiden, Hammer's chat mug. But he's an animation. He doesn't. He's not. He likes to keep himself to himself. Does Len? Makes his films. Sits on rooftops. We'll wheel the Christmas Carol out at Christmas as well for you all. I love that. I love being involved in that. I was not involved in the latest film. It's all him and Alan and Sean's helped out and Nigel's helped out and and not without done without. But I loved when I loved that. I love doing that, helping with that Christmas Carol and the Pure Gold as well. I haven't had time to help him. He did ask me to help him with this. I haven't had the time. I had such a busy few months. I would have loved to have been involved, but it's very good. It's very good. And he's a good guy, Lem. And he's not really an animation, the truth be known. Sully now identifies as a poor man. That's funny, isn't it? Isn't it funny? Could we do hours on that identifying as something else? Not now. Isaac won't be happy. We've already talked about far too little West Ham, but it's Sunday. We're passing a Sunday. My tea's run out. I'll do you a tour of the cave soon as well. I'll do a video tour of the cave. You know about Danny's hammers there, didn't you? You know about that. Bless him. That was very nice of him. If we were to win anything, would there be a bus parade at Stratford or in East Ham? Do you know? That's a really good question, actually, and an evocative question. More to the point, who would decide that? So I think if the club would decide, they'd have it in Stratford. If they were clever, then they would start it and it'd go right down Green Street and past the statue. And having said that, do you want to see that? Do you want to see? Does anybody want to see the flats? The Upton Park flats? I'm sure they've called it something different to that. The Boleyn Apartments. I don't want to see it. I'm never going to go down there. I will never, ever, ever go down there. Ever. No point upsetting yourself on purpose, is there? Upsetting. Getting angry. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe you would. Maybe I'd be interested to know. I couldn't bring myself to do it, really. I couldn't. I get annoyed enough as it is. Oh, actually, he thinks Sullivan should go and get the bomb. What else have we got? Oh, it's done it again. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I've got to go back here. Oh, blimey. No. I don't know what's happened. I'm so sorry. It's all clicked. Gonzo always helps me. Where are we? I'm so sorry. It just all scrolls down. This is what you get. I'm afraid this is what you get with an unedited video and the chat and all the rest of it. I'll deal with one. Let's deal with Francis King's question. I've only read the first line. Is Noble a poor mentor for Declan Rice? And would he strive forward in a better team like Lampard did? Is he a poor mentor? I don't think he's a poor mentor. I don't think so. No. That being said, I think Rice is strong enough mentally. He doesn't particularly need a mentor. I don't think he does. I think the question is, you mentioned Lampard in there, would Declan Rice be playing better in Lampard's team than in Pellegrini's team? I think we all know the answer to that one. I know I've missed some questions here, but I'll go too quick. Gonzo, would you have Frank Lampard if he was available? Yes. Yes, unpopular, I know. But then again, you know, when he left Chelsea, he was going to go to America or something, he went to Man City, and there was a chance that he wanted to go somewhere else. I said then, I'd have him back. It was exactly what we needed at the time. I felt Frank didn't handle himself well at the end with a thing. I hated the way after he left, he kept reminding everybody, oh yeah, I paid for that newsstand. But we did sack his dad, we did sack his uncle. And the fans were horrible at Lampard, and I did feel for him because he spent his childhood dressed up in a West Ham kit. All he ever wanted to do was play for West Ham, so it must have been a real shock for him. You know, you see all the pictures, all the kids. I know people went to school with him as well and played in the same teams as him. So he's not a touch younger than me. But I know people that knew Lampard, and he was West Ham mad, absolutely West Ham mad. So for him to eventually realise his dream of playing for West Ham and then get booed as much as he did and because unpopular as he was, I think it was really, really hard for him. And then when the club sacked his family, I think, you know, it was a bit much, and it was a shame. And I think that made him bitter. And then he didn't handle it well. I don't think he'd handle it the same now because he's matured quite well. But yeah, didn't work out well for him. I certainly never felt he was Paul Ince. But then again, I mean, you know, Ince is another one. I think Ince was very, very young and really badly advised. I used to live, my nan used to live next door but one to Nigel Benn. I used to know Nigel Benn as a kid, and particularly before he became world champion, when he just came out of the army and stuff like that. And I think Ince may have shared the same management, may have had Ambrose Mendy as his manager, who wasn't maybe wasn't always the best advised at the time. So yeah, there we go. But they both, well, we've got people in there. They were up at Loxford School, just up the road there, for those of you that know it. Where else are we? Oh, Big Sam's in the chat. Big Sam, he says, I'll save you from relegation. I'll tell you what, Sam, keep the bat phone on, mate. Do I think football management has changed? Lampard, Klopp, Pep, 100%. I'm not going to read the rest of your thing, Mark, not because I'm rude, because I totally agree with you. I can see. I think it's totally changed. I think it's a new breed of manager. You've mentioned some of them there. Those are the super duper ones, if you like. But I think even under them, there's a whole load of underlings, if you like. And I think management has changed. I think tactics have changed. I think a lot of things have changed. I think it's obvious, isn't it? But Big Sam's in the chat. Big Sam Allardyce. He can't get a job anymore because he's past it, isn't you, Sam? Sorry, Sam. The Cretaceous one, as we like to call him. Where are we? Gonzo's not doing a 24-hour stream, Jazza. I can assure you that. I know I just referred to myself in the third person. But I can tell you on his behalf, he's not doing a 24-hour stream. Oh, Gonzo, he says, James, I love your channel. Been watching for the past 3 years. Keep up, and here's to the next 30. Not sure about that, mate. But anyway, listen, we'll yeah, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? Imagine. What else we got here? Can I rate these signings individually? Roberto, what do we do? Should we rate them in let's rate them in food. You don't 1 to 10, do you? Roberto. A bit of like an iceberg lettuce when the when the outer leaves an iceberg lettuce after it's been there a bit long and it's all floppy and a bit soggy and a bit damp, isn't it? So I think Roberto would be that. Cardoso would be caviar, and that would be a truffle because I've never seen a truffle. Haller is like a runner bean in many respects, I think. Martin, I've got to say, Martin is like a beef pot noodle because he's cheap and I won't use him. Fornals. Oh, Fornals. Camembert cheese. It looks nice and it looks like it should be nice, but it's disgusting. A jetty. I'll tell you what a jetty is. You know when you get some you get some pork and you want to make some crackling. And you know what you got to do with crackling, don't you? You've got to get loads of salt, or you've got to make sure it's dry. You've got to dry it. You've got to make sure it's got lots of salt on it. But some of it's really tough. The skin of a pig is very, very tough, and you can't score it. And I think he can't score. So he is crackling. There we go. Those are my player ratings. Not normal player ratings, granted. Something different, isn't it? You didn't want 1 out of 10. I don't think anyone came off particularly well, did they? But I think out of those, Haller's the best. So I think Runner Bean is about as good as you're getting on all of those. JP WHU TV says, good afternoon. Oh, JP, good afternoon. JP's got a shop. All I've got to say is, JP, I've had a look at your shop. You have a garment for a dog. You do have a garment for a dog in your shop that says JP WHU TV on it. I think it's a neck. It's a neck. It's a schnood. A dog's schnood. And I've got to say, JP, you've got an apron. I've noticed you've got an apron in your shop. I got like one for the kitchen. I'm wondering if the saucy housewives are going to be walking around cooking their Sunday lunch with nothing but a JP WHU TV apron on. I'm hoping it's got strings around the back. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I saw your shop. I saw the apron. I thought saucy. I saw the dog schnood. I don't know. I don't listen. My dogs can't work the internet. They may well order one if they get the old. Mine's got a fingerprint. Reckon the dogs they can't. They can't log on. Quite frankly. Hammer in Exile says just been to watch a ladies' game. 5-0 to City again. The parallels of the first team run real, except the ladies' team with a better keeper. Well, I hope you had a nice day out anyway. To be fair to the ladies' team, they're coming from so far back. You know, and they've been metamorphosized in the last few years, I think, anyway. So very, very different. I mean, loads of stuff was promised for the ladies' teams, but yeah, listen, they got a pasting by City. I bet they won't be the only team that gets a pasting by City, and I bet you say the parallels. I bet the finances in between the two teams are just as stark as in the men's one. Whatever. How much did the pinball machine cost? That one was 1,500. That's not the one. I bought a pinball machine a while ago. It's in the lounge at the moment, and I'm doing it up. I've been doing it up for a little while now. It's my pride and joy. I've been waiting all my life for this pinball machine, and I bought a decrepit, rundown pinball machine, and it basically came to life. Not on its own, but basically got it working. I mean, I love it. It's my pride and joy. I've waited all my life for that machine. It's in there. It's in the house at the moment. I'm gonna get it down here when it's finished. But it's it's my thing. It's my thing. I'm even starting. Going to start next year. I've even played a couple of competitive games of pinball. Would you believe? There's tournaments and everything. And next year I'm going in to the league. You know, for real. I'm going to start playing regularly. Competitively. There we go. That doesn't require the same fitness as football, funny enough. Did Jansen score that night? No, Jensen. No, he didn't. Ian Wright had a pint with Gonzo. He felt sorry for Wright's Uber driver. Wright did not have a pint with me, but he was very nice. Rice is in the England lineup tonight, is he? Why do we know? Oh, crikey, we're going to finish soon. I'm watching it, but I know you lot will. Ray Borum, Gonzo, are you ready to tell us the other crazy idea He said that Gio wanted to. I'm not telling. Not for me to tell. Not for me to. As you can tell from what Len has said and what Gio has said, I'm a man who keeps other people's cards close to my own chest. That's not right, is it? But I don't tell other people's news. Other people's news is other people's news. And anyway, I'm not talking anymore about it. That's that. But thank you, Ray. I'm not going to spill the thing. Love Island. Why is someone talking about? Oh, I guess I mean I'm a Celebrity or Love Island. My missus watched Love Island. That was painful. That was really painful. I think Love Island was on before I built the man cave as well, so there was no escape. It's pathetic. I mean, it's pathetic. Oh, come on. They're so full of themselves. They love themselves so much. Everyone's got frigging power to, and looking at themselves and crying, it's time to swap boyfriends. And honestly, it's a joke. It's a joke. I tell you what, I couldn't. It would drive me around a twist. And even though I'd try and avoid it, you'd still catch 10, 15 minutes of it here or there. And the thing is, right, I'll tell you what would happen. I'd be sat down in that lounge and I'll be on my laptop. Say it'd be on, the missus watching it, I'll be on my laptop or something like that. And something would happen on the screen. I'd look up and go, and then she'd tell me, she'd say, well, she's wrong. And see, she's with him, but she really wants to be with him. I'd say, and she'd tell me, I'd say, honestly, drives me around the twist. Pathetic. Anyway, so there was one, I'm watching this Love Island, right? And there's one lad, and he's spinning the girl all this stuff. He's telling the girl everything she wants to hear. And I said to my missus, I went, she is not falling for this, is she? And so my missus said, oh, no, he's lovely. He's lovely. I said, he's not lovely. He's not lovely. Honestly, he's not lovely at all. He's playing her. Anyway, so it turns out he don't like her. He fancies somebody else. Because I'd said that, my wife then presumes that I'm interested. She said, oh, yeah, so you know what happened last night in Love Island? No, that person that you was, I was sort of, I was into the conversation. I couldn't extract myself from the conversation. Anyway, not for me. And I'm not even technically sure it's on an island. And there's definitely no love. It's not Love Island. Sex Land. Maybe. Not quite the same, is it? Masturbation boat. No, that's something else. There's definitely no children watching this. Anyway, there we go. Dean Garner says committing to West Ham long term in an interview. Very nice. Thank you, Krusty Carl. Why do we always seem less fit than the teams we played on the Billets? We had 70-year-old fitness coach. Yeah, I agree with that, by the way. But I think it was so loyal. I said this before. Stav was so loyal. I think, and then his fitness coach retired. He's got somebody else. I think it's sort of, it almost had to be forced into it. I don't know if West Brom are now a fitter team than West Ham were under Bilic. Don't know if that's. Oh my goodness! Oh no, ABBA. I'm not reading that out. Thank you very much. I know exactly what you're saying, by the way. How can I get my two granddaughters to West Ham when we were basically to like West Ham? We play like this. The mother's teasing me and threatening that she'll teach them to love Spurs. Yeah, I mean, this happens in all families. I've got to say, it's all right though. I have converted a nephew from Manchester United to West Ham, which I was quite proud of until quite recently. But actually, they are better off because they lived in Kent and now they're down in Dorset. Never going to watch Man United. At least they're all going to take them to West Ham games. So, and they very much love West Ham now. Singing Bubbles and got the kit. This time will pass. Things will be better at some point in the future, I am sure. So, hopefully, I have not turned them over to a life of misery, as it were. David G says, being Swiss and watching a Jetty play for Switzerland, I have to admit, he's too low on confidence. He couldn't even score against Georgia. I thought he was going to say he couldn't score in a brothel, but there's this arrow at the bottom of the screen where I keep hitting the arrow. It makes the chat scroll down, but right in front of what David was saying, that arrow was there. I thought he was going to say so low on confidence he can score in a brothel, but he actually said so low on confidence he can even score against Georgia. I don't know what that means. I guess Georgia have got a terrible defence. England game at 5. I'm going to let you all go soon. Do you think any players will leave in January? Yes, possibly. Edward says, yeah, all of them. Do you think that even with a financial capacity to sack Pellegrini, even if you wanted to? He thinks he'll give 20, 30 million to Huselos, to Pellegrini. No, I don't think it's going to be that expensive, Miles. I really don't. What else have we got here? Oh no! Okay, you know, Isaac was earlier on, and Isaac joined, and I said his name foolishly, like a child. I fell for it. Well, I've just Phil is let me mispronounce his name. Phil Macook is in the chat, and I'm not falling for it, Phil. Thank you very much. He says, it's not nice to laugh at people's names. I always get bullied for mine. That's not happening again. I know it's going to be a theme now, isn't it? People are going to try and get me with that. It's fine. Obviously, there is a character in the pub. Didn't they phone up Mo at the pub? Is that it? Was it Bart? Bart phones up Mo in the pub. Anyway. What else have we got? Oh, no, see, it's all coming out as well. Bendover. Yeah, we know about Bendover. Can't believe the turn this has taken. Oh, blimey. I've just scrolled down again. I'm sorry. I've tried my best. I really have. I'm sorry. It's all gone wrong. Hammer Mulder says, morning from California. I guess, is it? Yeah. He's getting sunburnt. He's just rubbing it in. But not the cream, not the, aloe vera, as they say. What happened to the dirty Mexican tash, Gonzo? You missed it at the start. It grows so long. The ends curled up. It tickled my nose. And it annoyed me so much. I walked upstairs and took it off yesterday. There we go. Steve Smith says, are you pro board? Steve, you're not been paying attention to lunchtime videos, clearly. Do you know what? There's so much here, but I got to go. I think we've got to go. I think that's it. Oh, hold on. I've got to go with this one because I liked. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not going just yet. Bear with me. So JP's saying it says 20%. You get 20% off the dog schnood at the moment, by the way. But what I am going to finish on, pardon the expression, if you've got that joke, you're not right. You've got a terrible mind. Francis King, what type of meal would you collectively compare the last transfer window to? Okay, I'll tell you what. Near me is a town called Bracknell. And basically, Bracknell was a dump, right? So they reinvigorated the town centre. So basically, Bracknell town centre now looks like Westfields, right? It's had a complete spruce up. There's a buffet in there. But it's an odd buffet. It's like a Chinese buffet, but they also do Indian food. And you can get a bit of pizza. And other things as well. You get chips. There's nuggets there. I mean, it's just all sorts. It's really weird. Massive, massive place. I'm thinking maybe the name begins with T. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Not important. I would sometimes we go up there, and I try to stick to one thing. But I went up there, and when last time we were up there, my son had a bit of curry, a bit of Chinese, a bit of pizza, some nuggets, and then a bowl of profiterolles and some jelly. That was what he had. You can eat as much as you want, obviously. Buffet. And in many respects, and then what happened was he couldn't eat all of it. So I took some of it away. And then I got indigestion. And that, I would suggest, is about as close as I can get to a food equivalent of our transfer. I went, Jonathan Wass. Our transfer window was about as close as I could get to that, because it was a complete mishmash. A complete mishmash. I think there was any sort of focus to getting the right thing and getting what you needed. Let's be fair, it was just it completely against the board. And I think, in many respects, I think with Fornals, it's like buying a box of cornflakes and then getting back into your cupboard and finding out you've already got 4 boxes of cornflakes already in the cupboard. Don't need any more cornflakes. That's it. It's about as good as I've got. Enjoy the England game if you're watching it. Thank you for joining in. That's it, really. Enjoy your Sunday. As I say, sorry there won't be no videos tomorrow. No videos Tuesday. For the reasons that I said earlier on in the video. I wish you well. I hope you have a very, very lovely remainder of your Sunday. I'm sure England will win, and be interested to see Declan Rice. I might switch it on while I've got to peel some veg or something like that. And that's it. Gonzo, tell the chat about next Friday. What's happening next Friday? What's happening next Friday? Gio, tell me what is happening about next Friday. Sorry, I don't know what's happening next Friday. Sorry, it's been a funny couple of weeks, I've got to say. I probably do know, and I probably should know, but I can't quite remember. I'm waiting for him to. I might even be on a 30-second delay here. I can't remember. We'll wait. I've got to tell it. Okay, we know that. I've got to tell you what Len's says. I'll do that when Len's ready. I can't remember. The preview challenge. What is the preview challenge? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to speak to Gio again. And I'll tell you on Wednesday about the preview challenge. What's the preview challenge? See, the trouble is, I think, I can't even remember. It might be one of Gio. Gio has many ideas for videos, Many ideas. Oh, most keepy uppies does more drinks. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Shouldn't the person that does the most keepy uppies have the less drinks? Because that's the most skillful person. I don't know. No, it doesn't ring a bell. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What an unprofessional. I can't even think. No, I don't know. I do apologise. I'll speak to Gio on the phone. Gonzo's mind is a pinball machine. Yes, it is. It's a broken pinball machine, may I say. I'll speak to Lem. I'll speak to Gio. I'll see you on Wednesday. I'll find out everything. I'm sorry. What a limp and weak end to an excitable show. I've got to call him before he gets drunk watching the game. Yes, absolutely. Right, on that note, thank you. See you later. It's dark outside. Wasn't dark when I came in. The cats have stopped fighting. I meant what I said earlier. Thank you for all your comments. I do appreciate it. I do read them all through the week. You know I do, because I keep answering. Free Hammers are in the chat as well. They did a show earlier. If you still want more West Ham, you know the Free Hammers. It's on the thing. Search it. YouTube. Free Hammers. They did a show earlier on today. Gio's just retracted a message. Must have been very rude. I'm going to end the stream now. Take it easy, everyone. Take it easy. I'll see you soon. Thanks ever so much.